Welcome! My name is Eden. Thanks for joining Book Babble. Book Babble, Book Babble. Get it? It's alliteration. We're discussing books to talk rapidly and continuously in a foolish, excited, or incomprehensible way. But today we are discussing An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Beautiful book. All 446 pages of it. This book is about a girl named Leia. The book takes place in the Marshall Empire, where the Marshalls conquered the scholars. Now the scholars are oppressed and some enslaved, living in fear of death if they challenge the empire. Leia, a protagonist, is a part of the oppressed class, a scholar, and one night an event occurs leaving her with nothing and no one. She tries to track down the resistance, the only semi-successful scholar rebels, to help her. This book is told in dual point of view, so we have Leia and we have Elias. Elias is a mask, the most terrifying and talented soldiers of the Empire, and he's the commandant's son and the best of his class. He is just about to graduate from Blackcliff Military Academy when the book begins. Leia and Elias cross paths and epicness occurs. The writing is action-packed, moving, easy to read, kept me up late into the wee hours of the morning. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. I recommend it. That's the end for the non-spoilery part section. You have the background. If you haven't read it yet, go pick it up. If you have read it, stay, because that is the end of the non-spoilery section. I will spoil people now. Now I'll be getting into the spoileries. So, goodbye, non-spoiler people. Bye, bye, bye. All right, good book, good book. It's time to babble about the book. Time to babble about this book. Well, I'm happy about the news that there's going to be another book because I finished this and I was like, what? Wait, huh? One? This needs to be more. It is good. There's a lot of unanswered questions, so I'm very happy about that news. So in the beginning, we have Leia, who's waiting up for her brother Darren to come back. He comes back, then the Empire is gonna attack, and Nan and Pop send Darren and Leia out the back to try to sneak them away, but the mask stops them. Then here, this is kind of what threw me off for a little bit of the book, there's an interesting quote. Page 13 says, "I'm a lone boy." The mask addresses Darren with all the emotion of a corpse. "The rest of the men are in your house. You can run if you like." He moves away from the gate. "But I insist you leave the girl." Now I think I may have read too far into this. I was like, wait, are they actually here for Leia? Does she know something? Is she more important than what she even understands? But it probably had to do with the fact that the mask had some harmful thoughts running through his head. But then the rest of the time I'm like, Leia, you're special. And I kept waiting for it to happen. It didn't. Maybe it will come in the next book. Then Nan and Pop die. That's sad. Darren is taken away. Leia is left with no one. She goes looking for the resistance. So when she is in the sewers trying to find the resistance, she bumps into the resistance. Keenan and Sana are there. She's blindfolded, brought to headquarters, where she also meets Mason, the leader of the resistance. Here we find out that her mother and father were the best leaders the Scholar Resistance has ever had, and that they are now dead because of it. And so she was hiding with her grandparents because of this. Did you guess this before it was revealed? I wasn't really sure what to think. I was just enthralled with the story. We are told that her parents were betrayed. So that makes us a little skeptical about trusting anyone in the resistance. Do you have any good theories about who was the betrayer? So then we meet Keenan, and he ends up being a possible love interest for Leia. He kind of reminded me of Enzo from The Young Elites. So then Leia is given the mission to go and spy on the commandant at the Blackcliff Military Academy. Now Leia is always saying how she's a coward, she's scared, she ran away from her brother when she could have been helping him. And I'm thinking, no, you are not a coward. You could have done nothing. You probably would have been raped and killed, and it would not have been a good ending for you if you would have stayed, Leia. So don't be so hard on yourself. You're planning to become a slave to go and save your brother. You are brave, you are strong, and I just wish she'd see it. So then she ends up going to the commandant. Now, the commandant is when she goes to the commandant's office and she sees a whole wall with all of the people that the commandant has killed, and she sees the faces of her parents staring back at her, it said in the book the wanted signs. So I think, oh, they're still alive. There's hope. She can free them too or something. But no, I had to go back on that. I think they are dead. Possibly not, but I still think they are dead. That commandant though, I don't know what's gotten into her. I'd be very intrigued to find some more backstory on her because she's evil, plain wicked. She's wicked through and through, and not like Elphaba, like actually wicked. Wicked. And we also meet the cook and the kitchen girl, and what's with not saying the names? That is dehumanization right there when you're not allowed to have your own name. And what did the resistance do to the cook that leaves her with a stutter? I found that very interesting and wanted to know more. It didn't reveal it in this book, which is why I'm again happy that there will be a second book. Okay, so at Blackcliff Academy we have Elias as well. Now Elias is pretty awesome, but it opens up with him wanting to desert. Very cruel with the opening punishment, the little boy being killed. It's interesting to hear about their training, about being fivers and having to go out into the desert and just survive. That is where Helen, I called her Helen. That's where Elias and Helen became friends because they were helping each other. I really liked Helen. I did. I still do, and I'm sad about the end of this book with all that going down. There is the love quadrangle thing going on here. You've got Keenan and Elias and Leia and Helen. And personally, I do like Helen and Elias because I think that Helen is pretty kick butt. Though she agrees with the Empire, I feel like could be redeemable. I want to see her redeemed, and I want to see them together because I like her. Leia, I don't really like Leia and Keenan. I feel like that's just more sudden, where it makes sense to have a relationship between Helen and Elias because they've been friends for so long, so it's not that insta-love. That kind of turns me off a little bit. And maybe it seems more of that insta with Leia and Elias, but I kind of think that might be where it's headed, so maybe not. I hope it ends up with Helen and Elias. Let me know what you are thinking on that down below in the comments. So there's this whole magic system, which I don't think was explained to the full extent that led the readers to comprehend it fully. I'm not really sure how it all interweaves with each other. So we have the Nightbringer, which the commandant is working with. I don't know her agenda, and she just kind of creeps me out. She's evil. We discussed that. Wicked. And then we have the augurs. Augurs? That's what I call them. The red-eyed guys that can read minds, but not all minds because it can be blocked because the commandant is freaky and can do that. They're kind of like the augurs. They're wise and they're trying to help, but then we learn about these trials and they are just sick, as in they have to do bad things. So the first trial is fear. All the others, we have Marcus, Creeper, don't like him at all. We have Zach, his twin brother, and then we have Helen and Elias. I wish that we learned a little bit more about the Emperor and all that. I didn't see what role he really played in the Empire. He's the Emperor, but what was he doing if he just got dethroned like that? And I felt like the commandant was in charge the most. Okay, so we have the trial of fear, and Elias is dumped in the middle of the desert, and then he keeps repeating this vision of a battlefield with all of his loved ones and random people, over 5,000 people or something like that, all dead by his hand. And we learn in the book that Elias does not like killing. He doesn't want to be a mask. So this is horrific for him. This is his fear, where the other three have normal-ish fears. Helen's scared of heights, except I was also doubting that. Did she lie to him about what her fear was? Was it actually Marcus? Marcus is scared of water, and Zach, I don't know if it said what he was afraid of. But Helen finds Elias, pulls him out. They're not gonna make it. They get ambushed, but they make it back in time. It reminded me, these trials, of Throne of Glass with Selena trying to win. And they're said to be the best. Elias is supposed to be the top of his class, and yet I don't see him performing well. Obviously, his brain is elsewhere. He's not even sure about wanting to do this. He was gonna desert. I still think that he should be a little more kick butt or something. He's supposed to be the best. and yet Marcus and Zach and Helene are all doing better than him. His brain is not with it, obviously, but I was still a little disappointed. Like, you're set to be the best. Be the best! So I like Elias's grandfather. I think he is a good father figure, though he does have some morals in the wrong spot, obviously. He brags about his kills. He only wanted to deal with Elias when he heard that he was selected for the Blackcliff Military Academy program, or whatever it is. But at least he's been there. He keeps trying to encourage Elias, whereas the commandant, the commandant. So Leia and Elias bump into each other, and Elias feels bad because he doesn't see the enslavement of the scholar people to be moral or correct, and wants to do something about this. Well, he helps her out, which makes Leia receive more wrath from the commandant herself, but then Leia is given tasks for the commandant. She is her slave, and so she is told to go out and try to talk to this talisman blade maker. We learn that this is who Darren was apprenticed to, and that's why he was arrested by the Empire masked military people. There's the ghouls that I still don't understand the magic system. I wish it would be more explained. Hopefully the next book will bring more clarification on that. But I like him. He is trying to help Leia, help the scholars, help the rebellion. Also, when Leia is doing her tasks for the commandant, she goes out. She is supposed to be giving information to Keenan, who is her handler, about what she's learned from spying. So in the second task, we had the augurs trying to kill the aspirants. Helene saves Elias. He gets his head smashed, and we learn that Helene has a magical voice. Again, not sure about the magic system. I think it's cool. She also heals Leia, which is cool. She doesn't like Leia. Marcus is still a sicko. So let's just talk about the last trial. It's the trial of loyalty to the Empire. They're supposed to kill Leia. Elias isn't going to do it. He's not going to kill Leia. Helene loves Elias, so doesn't want to hurt him, because then Marcus would win and think her fear is Marcus, which is correctly a good fear. And then Marcus, who is knocked unconscious but ends up winning and becoming emperor, which was all to the commandant's plan. Leia is not dead though. She gets more courage, comes up with a kick-butt plan, saves Elias before he dies in the chopping block, and then second book is gonna come because they're going to go and do things. The Emperor is dead because the rebels killed him instead of trying to free Darren, because they were lying to Leia the whole time, which I guess I kind of saw coming. They were being really cryptic and Leia didn't see it. She was trusting them, and I wish that didn't happen because we don't know what's going on with Darren now. And then Keenan, because he likes Leia, gets her passage on a boat and they're going to escape together. One of my favorite parts was the scene during the Moon Festival, I believe that's the name of it was, where Isabella and Leia sneak out of Blackcliff and go, where Elias is spying on them. He changes his appearance and they're at the festival. Leia's trying to talk to Mason. He's lying to her about getting Darren out. Then Leia and Elias dance and Keenan is there and he likes Leia too, but I guess I just like Elias better than Keenan. So, I don't know. I want both of them to, both Helene and Leia to be with Elias, but not really. But then we meet that one woman. There's that tribal woman. She was the girl dancing with Elias, Afra Aranur. Not sure what she's gonna do, but I bet in the second book we'll meet her because Elias has that token, a debt repaid or something like that. Well, I think it will be a very thrilling second book. I look forward to it. There were lots of questions left in this one, so I'm excited to have them answered in the second one. Sorry, this was very sporadic. It was more of a babble. It was my first one, but if you want to see more, there will be more to come. Feel free to subscribe, feel free to like, comment below what were your favorite parts, who are your favorite characters, who do you want to end up with Elias? Maybe there will be a new girl. What do you think will happen with Helene and Marcus? Will we learn more about the magic system? Thanks for watching. Until next time. Oh, interesting. It's got a little ST. Sabaa Tahir.